deal, because right now we're giving away, not giving away, but they're selling that E85 gas for 85 cents a gallon. That's right, 85 cents a gallon for E85. The E85, it goes into the Flex Fuel vehicles, right? It's 85% ethanol. It's 15% gas. It's 105 octane. They've got a brand new ethanol plant that they're hoping is going to be opening sometime around October up in Hopewell. This is a big, big deal for the U.S. and trying to cut back on bringing in foreign oil. And you hear all about that on the radio and all the talking head shows, don't you? 9 million Flex Fuel vehicles on the road today, and we've got a pretty good portion of them here at the brand new E85 fuel pump here at Norfolk Naval Base. Once again, it's only 85 cents a gallon until 1 o'clock. We've got Chanello's Pizza. I've got concert tickets. It's out of the Norfolk Naval Base. I'm Dave Parker off of Mall Drive on the new US 106.
I go there, I'm really pumped about this new facility. Really pumped about it. We expect a lot of volume out of this facility. As you can see by the cars lined up here, there's a lot of these sailors out here that have FFVs, and that's a good thing. And I think that kind of goes into that leadway of the ethanol. What's good about E85 is that we're using a renewable fuel.
Today we're marking the opening of the second alternative fuels here in the Tidewater area on naval installations. There are now 4 of them in the state of Virginia. 3 of them are run by the Navy Exchange. The one here, Oceana, and near the Pentagon. So, as a reminder, for all 3 of them, these are open to the public. And so all of them are outside the gate with public accesses for our public community. So this ribbon cutting ceremony today is a great opportunity for all of us to come together and to celebrate that green initiative. Clearly made it possible for us to be good stewards of the environment.
We're in the midst of the most cataclysmic ecological disaster in our nation's history in the Gulf of Mexico, the consequences of which we probably won't even understand for another decade. We are still trying to recover from an economic crisis that was precipitated largely by $140 a barrel oil and caused a worldwide economic recession. But what really galls me is that we are in a situation where we are continuing to send our best and brightest to parts of the world that they ought not be, simply to protect the free flow of oil. That resources right here, not just in Iowa. Ethanol at this facility could very well likely soon come from an ethanol plant in Hopewell, Virginia. Only way we will ever break our addiction to oil is if we get serious about alternatives.
I want to thank GM and Ford and Hertz and everybody else who supports this effort. I also want to thank the Virginia Clean Cities group. We work with a lot of clean cities groups throughout the country and trying to get these projects up and going, and they are absolutely a vital part of building these fueling sites and getting the word out in those locations. I have to say, hats off to the Virginia Clean Cities Coalition, one of the best groups that we've been able to work with in all of our efforts throughout the United States. Also, I don't think there's anybody here also want to thank the Department of Energy. Without their help, these projects wouldn't come to fruition. 400 E85 sites in the United States out of give or take 150,000 retail locations. I may have my figures wrong because they're constantly changing, but I think by 2012 we'll have close to 10 million, 11 million flex fuel vehicles on the road. Those aren't very good numbers. Our goal is to build this infrastructure out with the help of everybody involved here so everybody can fuel their flex fuel.
The governor, as you know, is committed to reducing our reliance on foreign oil. So this does help us accomplish a move towards that reduction of reduced reliance on foreign oil. And the second thing is a public-private partnership. Anytime we can get the public and the private sectors to work together, that's a great thing.
Well, first of all, let me just say that GM is very proud to be a part of this. At this time in our nation's history, it's more significant than ever like this opening up to provide alternative fuels. And certainly here in Norfolk, this is going to be the highest volume E85.
Ethanol today is a ubiquitous component of the U.S. motor fuel market. Ethanol is typically sold in 10% blends, and ethanol is now blended in virtually every single gallon of gasoline sold in this country. But if we're ever going to truly break our addiction to oil, we need to be blending ethanol in greater volumes. We need to have more flexible fuel vehicles on the road. We need to have more E85 stations available to the public, like this one, so that consumers can refuel and make a real contribution to energy independence.
We now have an opportunity to do something not only for the environment every day, but also for our economy and for our resource independence of relying on sources of energy in challenging parts of the world.